Hey everyone, this is Nakshan, and welcome to the Scatterhorde, where we try to put complicated ideas in a nutshell. There are not many true revolutionaries out there. Most people labeled as such are just trying to overthrow corrupt leaders or regimes, many times becoming corrupted themselves because they're still playing the same old game of power and control, rather than offering something really new. In fact, it's kind of depressing to see so many organizations that push for revolutionary change around issues like racial equity and environmental justice continue to operate within a traditional conflict based model. Actually, the organizational structures and policies and procedures of many align pretty well with Fortune 500 companies with similar hierarchical org charts, traditional lines of communication, and internal politics driven by power differentials. They're playing by the same old rules, which means they'll never win because the people currently in power are so much more calculatingly brutal than they'll ever be. They know what it takes to win this game. However, Ivan Illich was one person who broke that mold. Encyclopedia Britannica describes him as an Austrian philosopher and Roman Catholic priest known for his radical polemics. He was a critic of organized schooling and a proponent of conviviality, which is a system of human interaction that celebrates individuals with all our idiosyncrasies and provides guidance to coordinated action toward a common goal. His paradigm of conviviality is not about power, it's not about conflict, and it's not about control. Instead, it's about relationship, humane behavior, emotional health, and having fun. It's a viable alternative to how things have been run for a very long time. Because conviviality promotes the power and agency of the individual, it must provide a safe space for many different types of people to work collaboratively, even individuals who don't normally play well together. And this is what sets a convivial approach apart from the traditional conflict-based model. For example, from personal experience, I've seen how difficult it is for community activists and police to share the same room for more than 15 minutes. The first mention of the word justice will elicit angry examples of police injustices towards marginalized communities. And when an activist speaks about dismantling historical power structures, the police will shut down because they envision anarchy sweeping over the community. But the truth is, if we want real change, in this arena as well as many others, we need all sides working together to achieve it. So what's Ivan's magic formula for a convivial environment? How do we create a system that stands in stark contrast to the traditional approach based in competition over scarce resources? It's actually pretty straightforward, based on what I call his 5 principles of conviviality, which are autonomous and creative intercourse among persons and the intercourse of persons with their environment. That is, people working together are allowed and even encouraged to think outside of the box, access the resources from the greater environment, and work collaboratively with others. Individual freedom realized in personal interdependence, meaning people within a collective experience freedom of expression and movement as being enhanced by cooperative relationships with other people sharing the same space, rather than their styles being crimped by those same folks. Personal energy under personal control. People feel excited and vitalized to be in the group because they are valued for their unique strengths, thus giving them the energy to maximize their potentials in ways that feel right to them. Each person's free access to the resources of the community is limited only in favor of another person's equal freedom. People working convivially recognize that their own freedom to use communal resources cannot get in the way of another person's freedom to do the same thing, thus leading to negotiated practices that optimize everyone's rights and responsibilities. Enjoyment. Illich explains that his use of the word convivial does not imply any connection to its modern connotation of tipsy jolliness. Rather, it is similar to the concept of eutropelia, which comes from the Greek for wittiness and refers to pleasantness in conversation with ease and a good sense of humor. Basically, this means the people within the group are enjoying themselves, which promotes their good physical, mental, and emotional health. Firebrands from all sides are probably not going to be attracted to such an approach. Rather, it's going to speak to pragmatic, broad-minded individuals who realize that while demonizing the enemy may be an effective tactic, It's also the very thing that keeps us divided, that alienates potential allies, and only serves those currently in charge. Because aggressive confrontation based in anger and scorn will never create a fundamental shift in how things get done. It's just operating within the current order. Instead, we need a higher and novel approach that can actually accommodate contradictory points of view for the common good. And I think conviviality is just that approach. It won't easily replace the current conflict-based model. There are just too many people with too much to lose for that to happen. However, if groups of people choose to organize themselves in this manner and succeed at what they're doing, they will offer a viable alternative that can be used when the environment can no longer support business as usual. And looking out at current events, I would say that might be sooner than later. I'll see you next time.